There's a saying that men don't get old, they just get more important. In my case, I don't get old, I just get more impotent. Milton wrote of his melancholia in a notorious poem, Upon Reaching the Age of 23, upon graduation from Cambridge University. If he thinks 23 is old, he should meet my wife. I took my wife to the British Museum a couple of weeks ago, and on the way out I got arrested for stealing one of the exhibits. Can you believe that? And I said to the man, sorry, this is my wife. And he said, yeah, you should apologise, but the Jurassic material needs to be turned into the 3rd floor. Isn't that awful? I not only arrived at the age of 23, but I put the accelerator on, went at full speed and crashed into 40. And now I spend the first 30 minutes of every day clearing the mess up. The other tragedy is that there's no one around to prepare you for this milestone age, or any milestone age, as certain parts of your body start failing, such as your wallet and your sense of humour. You just find, you come to realise very quickly that that 6-pack you spent your 30s working on is never going to happen, and you end up getting a beer gut instead, even though you don't drink beer. Old age is creeping up behind you, and you turn around and it's your wife. John Lennon sings Give Peace a Chance, and at the ripe old age of 40 he gets shot. There's instant karma for you. On the plus side, the Marx Brothers make their first film. I find it a very difficult age because you're not old enough to get your pension or any sympathy, and you're too old to be cute. Basically, nobody likes you, and your parents are dead. There are 5 great sufferings in life: birth, death, old age, sickness, and watching a Cliff Richard concert. Unfortunately, 4 out of 5 of these occur in the second half of your life. No wonder people start doing inane things at this age, such as buying a sports car and sleeping with a young model, right? Now, I decided, because I was living on a budget, to do something to combine the two. Yes, you've got it. I slept in a model sports car. But other men decide, to go around the world, right? That's the thing. Now, being the very low maintenance, low ambition person that I am, I barely made it around PC world. You decide to invest in land, namely a grave for yourself. Your knowledge of life improves, but your talent for it gets worse. You get better at chatting beautiful women up, but there's no point to this, as it's difficult to take them home after your 7th hip operation. You can't sleep with older women because everyone's younger than you. I go around nursing homes, and they all say to me, sorry mate, you're too old. Older women, how I miss them, the woman you're going out with is too old for you, when you take her out for dinner and she starts decomposing at the dinner table. Isn't that awful? Right? I was going out with this older woman several years ago, right? And I was walking down the street, and this bloke from across the road, he didn't know who I was, but he said, "Oi!" I thought, how did you know my name? No. You're only going out with this woman for her money, aren't you? And I thought I'd ignore him, but then he carried on. He said, "Oi! You're only going out with that woman for her money, aren't you?" So I said, "What did you say to me?" He said, "You're only going out with that woman for her money, aren't you?" So, I started to get agitated then, I said, "Come here and say that." So, all 18 stone of him came across the road. He went, "Oi! You're only going out with that woman for her money, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, you're right, I am actually." He said, "I'm sorry, I thought you said something else." So, I've arrived at 41, right? So let's presume, for argument's sake, I've got 30 years left. Isn't that scary? That's like the time for my 11th birthday. I can remember my 11th birthday as though it was yesterday. And I've achieved nothing since. And I even get less sex now. I mean, at least when I was 11, I was, I was fancied by child abusers. Now nobody fancies me. So, my 11th birthday was wasted because I was sober. Anyway, 1998 I went to university. 2001 I graduated with a distinction in alcohol studies. 2002 I started looking for a job. 2003 I had my first job. 2004 I moved to my second job. 2005 I got my first girlfriend. 2006 my third job. 2007 I thought about getting another job. 2008 I cut my toenails. 2009 I thought about getting out of bed in the morning. 2010 I gave up with everything. Okay, so if you take off all this, subtract all those activities from your 70 plus years, and you take away work as well, which takes up about a third of your life, probably more. Yeah, so get a job you like. Yeah, take away sleep, that must take up a third of your life as well. Yeah, remove commuting to work. I mean that's another ordeal, isn't it? And what are you left with? Well, when I did the maths, I found out that I'd died last Thursday. Isn't that awful? But I mean, sleep. I mean, who thought of that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's estimated that most of us spend a third of our lives asleep. Unless, of course, you're a member of the Labour Party, and it's probably even more than that. But what is the point to sleep? I mean, it's probably good to get you through an episode of EastEnders, isn't it? I mean, that's its major useful function. EastEnders goes on, we all fall asleep. That's good. I mean, who the hell thought about EastEnders? Who came up with that? I mean, what a depressing programme. Hey, it's full of. It's just full of doleful, lifeless, grey, melancholic characters. In fact, the only thing more depressing than EastEnders is the East End itself. I was there the other day, and I said, when did the what's the emergency? Where's everyone gone? But I digress. Well, you can easily can in this suit.
There are other authors, such as Nietzsche, who, just before he was certified, said that you'll live your life over and over and over again the exact same way for eternity. So, sounds like you'll have to watch that episode of EastEnders yet again. And probably this monologue. So I hope you enjoy it.
Otherwise, go and live in Vilcabamba.